YouTube, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we've got a brand new tier list video for you. Today we're going to be taking on the best fast food and fast casual style restaurants near me. If you enjoy these types of videos, please make sure to let me know, as I do always appreciate your feedback and everything. Also, if you do enjoy it, please make sure to drop a like on the video, hit a sub button to the channel, and turn those notification bells on so you don't miss any future content. In case you weren't aware, we are doing a giveaway this month, so if you do want to get in on it, we are doing a $200 giveaway. We're going to have 5 different winners, and there's 9+ different ways to enter that giveaway. Link is going to be down in the description below. That being said, I do live stream all of my content over on Twitch Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you enjoy stuff like this, as well as video games and everything like that, I'd love to have you come check it out. Link is also going to be in the description below. I like to keep the intro short, so we're going to get this rolling. Let's get it and let's go. Today we are tackling the ultimate fast food list. There's going to be some fast food and apparently fast casual on here. I'll debate whether we want to keep some of the fast casual on here or not. But to go ahead and start, there's quite a few of these I haven't had. There's a lot of options on this list. A lot of them not really local to me here in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to kind of go ahead and move all of the ones that I've never had onto that section real quick so we don't have to bother with them. So this right here is the whole never had list. The only thing missing off of this that'll probably disappoint a lot of people is the In-N-Out burger, which I have not got to experience in my lifetime yet. The only time I've ever had a chance to get an In-N-Out burger was in Texas, and we didn't end up going or anything like that whenever I've gone and visited my grandpa down there. But we'll be knocking our way down this list here, S tier through the D tier. So this is just everything that I haven't had before. You can see the list here at the bottom, and then we will actually rank the rest of these. No sense in wasting time on these when I can't really have an opinion about them. Maybe we'll switch it up this time with the order that we do. Maybe we will kind of try and get like food types around here. Maybe try and keep all of our burger places together so that we can kind of keep burgers on our mind, place them within each other. Stuff that's similar to each other, like your Chipotle, Moe's, Qdoba. We'll just start at the burger joints, start at the fast food joints with the A&W All-American Food. I don't really have much to say about A&W. I know they're big for their root beer. I've never been a root beer guy. It's just not my jam. It's not my cup of tea necessarily. Honestly, the only time I've ever been to an A&W is those that are like combined with a Long John Silver's. I get the other restaurant and I skip over A&W. So A&W is going to be a D tier fast food joint for me. Just going to belong at the bottom of the list. It's not something I enjoy enough to ever choose something else on this list over, really. So it's kind of going to be at the bottom here. Some of it looks good, but I mean, that's just kind of how all fast food normally looks good. Don't really have much else to say. I'm not a root beer guy. I'm not really I usually choose the other restaurant they're connected to. I don't know if I've actually ever seen an A&W that stands alone by itself. On down the list, stuff that's kind of like A&W. We will then move on to Burger King. Burger King, I actually have one of these across from the school that I work at, literally across the street. A lot of our students work there. I stop there a lot for breakfast in the mornings, or like just some kind of quick lunch if I need food, basically. But it's definitely not the best of places to go. It is, they have some pretty good breakfast. I'll give them that. The croissant sandwiches, sausage, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich, very good. They got good hash browns. 2 for $4 croissant sandwiches is a good deal. Nuggets, trash. Burgers, solid. I enjoy the sesame seed bun and stuff like that. Chicken sandwiches, solid. They actually have some jalapeno poppers and stuff that I've been having lately that are pretty good. Chicken fries have always been good, but I don't consider them good nor great necessarily. So Burger King is going to be a C tier item for me, which I find is fair. Better than A&W for me. Like I said, every time I go to A&W, I choose not to eat it. There's other places I would definitely choose over Burger King on here. And Burger King has enough solid stuff to not drop it into that D tier necessarily for me. So next up, we have got Cookouts. So Cookout, if you don't know, is more of the East Coast vibe. So you kind of have the stuff like In-N-Out, which is kind of more near towards that West Coast, that kind of western half of the United States is where it's popular at. Cookout seems to be something that's more across the east side, especially the East Coast. Cookout, when I first had it, I actually was in North Carolina, and out there on the coast, I still will stand by that it is 10 times better than it is here in Lexington, in Kentucky and stuff like that. That alone brings it way up. Pretty much everything they have is good. Their burgers are fantastic. Chicken nuggets are solid. They've got a nice crisp to them and everything. The shakes, fantastic as well. Like I said, they're like a blizzard. They're super thick. Fries are good. You can get the Cajun fries, regular fries. They have a ton of different options. You can basically get 3 entrees for a meal for like $6. I can get a burger with a side of chicken nuggets and a corn dog. And I mean, it is it's a fantastic place to be. In all honesty, Cookout is somewhere that I love. They have amazing chicken quesadillas and everything as well. Cookout to me is somewhere I will always enjoy going. Cookout belongs in the S tier for me. It is a top tier joint. Just the pure variety that they have, the prices that they have, they cover all the bases, and Cookout's an easy S tier item for me. Next up on here is Carl Jr.'s. Carl Jr.'s is actually going to be Hardee's here in Kentucky. I don't think it's really called Carl Jr.'s anywhere anymore. Hardee's to me, pretty solid. They have good breakfast. They have good sausage biscuits and everything like that. They're a little on the pricey end, which is surprising. And it's very, very greasy. They do have good fries. They have good breakfast. Burgers are solid. Hardee's is kind of similar to a Burger King for me. And honestly, if it wasn't as expensive as it was, I could probably bring it to a B. But for a fast food place, I'm usually not trying to spend $8, $9 on just a meal, like a burger, fries, and a drink. Stuff's been going up lately, inflation, yada, yada, yada. But that's just where I want to put Hardee's or Carl Jr.'s at, is in that C tier, kind of next to Burger King. They have their strengths. They have their weaknesses. It's definitely not something at the top of my list that I'm going to go to, but it's something I don't mind going to. I'm okay with it. Next up on the list, we are going to have Culver's. Culver's and Dairy Queen can kind of go hand in hand. I will say one is better than the other. Culver's is going to be another one of those places. You've got your, I think at Culver's, they call them concretes, which is essentially like your DQ Blizzard. They got burgers, fries, chicken sandwiches, and I mean, it's good. I'll give it to it. Just based off the taste of Culver's alone, I don't mind the prices of it. It's good and everything like that. It's better than Burger King. It's better than Carl Jr.'s or Hardee's. I'll put Culver's in the B tier for me. Culver's is something I like. I don't get it very often. But that's just because there's only one really near me that I'm around at a consistent basis to be able to go to. Next up, similar on that list, is Dairy Queen. So Dairy Queen, I'm going to refer to everything as a blizzard that's a hard ice cream to eat, and that's because that item at Dairy Queen is so iconic. I don't know anybody on the face of the planet that doesn't enjoy a blizzard. They have really good deals. Their burgers are really good. Honestly, the char-grilled burgers are really, really good. Chicken tenders with the gravy, though, is the top tier of fast food items. Honestly, one of the best things I feel like I can ever go out and eat. The only singular knock I can ever have about Dairy Queen is their fries. Fries are okay. They're not great, and they get the least bit of cold. That's when they become absolutely trash. The gravy, though, if you get the chicken strips with gravy, we'll bring them back to life a little bit. Even if they get a little cold and your gravy's still hot, they'll bring them back to life a little bit. Blizzards being one of the best things on this planet you can get from a fast food place is going to put Dairy Queen in that S tier for me. Might be a little high for some of you all. Like I said, the fries are about the only thing I can ever knock at Dairy Queen. Burgers have always been fantastic. Chicken's always been fantastic. Condiments have been fantastic. Blizzards, ice cream cones, the ice cream of Dairy Queen. It puts it in that top tier for me. Just the memories of Dairy Queen as well as the experience and as well as the food that you can get from there puts it in an S tier for me. Next up on this list, out of the kind of the burger joints and everything like that, is going to be Five Guys. So Five Guys is the greasy, like smash burger style burgers. Have some good sauce and everything. Usually have some good toppings. They give you like the half bag of fries and everything like that with your meal. You bring it home. You literally go and pick it up, and then you bring it home. And by the time you get home, the grease is just hanging on the bottom of the bag. I love going to Five Guys. Late night after the bars, whatever it may be, I enjoy Five Guys a lot. Fries are good. Burgers are good. They also, I'm pretty sure, do the concrete style things. I've never been big on those from there. I used to have them. I feel like Five Guys to me is an upper B tier type of deal. I like it better than Culver's in all honesty. And I think that's solely because I usually do crave a greasier style burger rather than kind of Culver's, which can kind of, it's just kind of cleaner. It's a true fast food burger. It's kind of cleaner. It's not as greasy. I like the ingredients on the burgers better. Fries are better. But I don't think it's A tier necessarily. It keeps me at the B tier solely, yes, because of the price a little bit. It can be a little expensive. Next up on the list that we're going to have here looks like it is going to be McDonald's. Everybody's had McDonald's. If you haven't had McDonald's, I guess you've lived under a rock or something like that. I mean, there's a McDonald's in every street corner across America, across South America, the United States, wherever you want to go, North America, Europe. There's a McDonald's everywhere in the world, I'm sure. Probably in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you can find the the one singular McDonald's they managed to stick out there just to say that they could have it there. You've got your McDoubles, your McChickens, your McNuggets, you've got your McFlurries, the fries that are extra salty, you've got milkshakes, you've got ice cream cones, you've got the McGriddles. I love McDonald's, in all honesty. Every once in a while, I have to crave McDonald's, I guess. But I mean, I feel like that's with any fast food place. You're just kind of craving one over the other. And you can go to McDonald's any time of the day, especially now. Once they went the full-time breakfast thing where you get breakfast all day, that's when I really fell in love with McDonald's, because McDonald's breakfast has always been top tier to me. I ate a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle probably when I was 8 years old for the first time. I've never ordered anything else since at McDonald's when I get breakfast. They have an S-tier breakfast to me just with ease. Dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call the rest of their menu. I mean, the nuggets are fantastic. You can get 20 of them for $5. They do have value and everything. They, of course, have the dollar menu and everything like that. They have raised their prices a little bit, which I've been upset about lately. But McDonald's, I think, belongs on one spot and one spot only, and that probably is in that S-tier. I mean, they have great ice cream. They have great value. They have great food. Might not all be real. Who knows? Who knows? Who really cares? I enjoy McDonald's every time I go. Like I said, S-tier type of breakfast. The food and the rest of the stuff doesn't bring it down enough for me to be able to drop it even into the A tier. So it's going to belong in the S tier. It's going to be the icon of all fast food places, all fast food joints. So I skipped over this one, but we have Checkers, which is actually Rally's around here. I already know where I'm putting Rally's on this list. I actually really enjoy Rally's. They have really good fries. They have great value. Solid burgers. They're definitely like kind of a greasier burger style. They kind of remind me of the Hardee's, but without the price. Is going to be not a D tier, is going to be a B tier item for me. I enjoy it, honestly, every time I go. It's kind of one of those greasier burger joints. It's cheaper. That's really about it, though. I mean, good value, good food. Nothing great about it, but nothing trash about it, I don't consider. It's going to be right in the middle in that B tier for me. Nice and easy. Put Rally's in the dead center. All right, so next up on the list, we have Shake Shack. They have very large portions there. Usually it's pretty busy in there, which is never a bad thing. It's very popular. It tastes good. Tastes really good, actually. Shakes are good. Fries are really good. Shake Shacks, I've always liked a lot, to be honest. I just don't go to it very often, I guess. It's more of probably almost kind of your fast casual type of place rather than your fast food. I already know where it's going to go. Actually, Shake Shack is going to be our first A tier item. I don't want to put it in the S tier because I don't think it necessarily has the value that some of these do have. The DQ, Cookout, McDonald's, something that makes them truly stand out. But I do like them a lot. I wish they had a wider menu is probably more what it is. Next up on the list, we are going to have Sonic. So Sonic is the iconic type of place that you go to, and you can either go through the drive-thru at Sonic, you can sit on the tables outside, or you can pull into the little parking spot, order it, and they come out on roller skates to you and bring you your food. Sonic has a very unique experience in that aspect. They don't have an indoor dining area, but Sonic has good value. Ice cream is okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. Kind of in the middle for me. Like their ice cream's probably like a B tier type of deal. Corn dogs are really good. I've always enjoyed their corn dogs. Tater tots are excellent. I will give them that. I do like their tater tots a lot. We're a big tater tot family over here in our household. They've got good like little jalapeno poppers and stuff like that. Burgers, pretty solid. Chicken sandwich, not too great. Sonic to me would be like upper C tier probably. Not quite a B tier type of item, but they don't have great stuff. They don't have bad stuff, but it's a little lower than average to me. Like I would rather go to a Rally's, a Culver's, or a Five Guys over a Sonic. Next up on the list is going to be Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake, of course, has excellent shakes. I will give them that. I love Steak and Shake shakes. Steak and Shake, I always enjoy smash burgers, honestly, as well. I think Steak and Shake to me is going to be in that B tier for me. Their food has always been good to me. I've always enjoyed the food. Shakes are excellent. Prices and everything are good as well. It's just not something I have that much anymore. That's really about it. Next up is Wendy's. Wendy's is what we are going to be doing. Kind of a comparison is it's like what I usually like to think of people, how they think about Walmart and Target. I feel like a lot of people can compare Walmart to McDonald's. And then Target is kind of your Wendy's. Wendy's is almost like your higher class version of McDonald's. Wendy's is amazing. They actually just started doing breakfast recently, and their breakfast is absolutely great. Wendy's, of course, is going to have the Frosty. Everybody knows the Frosty. Burgers, very good. Chicken sandwiches, very good. Nuggets, very good. Spicy nuggets, some of the first people to do the spicy nuggets, very good. Condiments, very good. Their breakfast, like I said, breakfast potatoes, excellent. Fries at Wendy's, trash. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't figure it out. Fries to me at Wendy's, though, absolutely trash. I'm debating it between two spots, and that's honestly the S tier or that A tier. I'm trying to think if it has stuff that stands out enough to belong in the S tier. I think they're going to belong in that A tier. I didn't even mean to right click there, but it dropped them in the A tier, and I think that's where they belong. I think that was just a sign of what it was meant to be. And I think that's probably where Wendy's belongs, is in that A tier. Next up on the list is, it looks like we're going to have Whataburger. Whataburger, I think, is kind of definitely more of that Western style. So I hadn't had In-N-Out out west, but Whataburger I have had before a couple of times whenever I've gone out to Texas, and a couple of times whenever I've gone out towards that area of the United States and everything like that. And I've always enjoyed it. Whataburger's good. They got good toppings and everything. Burgers seem fresh. Fries were good. Nice menu. Maybe not necessarily the value. And so I'll kind of keep it in the middle with Whataburger, and they'll go to that B tier. Next up, we've got White Castle. White Castle Big Red, there's nothing like it. Just like your McDonald's Coke. They've got the mini slider burgers with the onions on them, the pickles on them. They got chicken rings that they do there. They're really good chicken ring sandwiches that are excellent. Breakfast is pretty solid. They have onion rings and stuff like that that they do as well. They're always good. It's usually pretty fresh and everything. At least feels fresh, seems fresh, tastes fresh. I always enjoy White Castle. It's open late night, something to eat late. Honestly, White Castle to me is something that it's always good. I've never had a bad White Castle experience. White Castle doesn't really have a lot. They have dessert options. They have like cheesecake on a stick and stuff, and maybe like almost like the little mini dilly bars and stuff like that, but I don't ever get that. So they don't have the widest menu. They do have great value. Stuff is very cheap there. You can get a lot of items at a White Castle. Honestly, I'm going to say is an A tier item. White Castle to me belongs in that A tier. All right, so next up, we're going to Bojangles. Bojangles, very good, I will say. I've been to Bojangles a couple times. They have good biscuits and everything like that. They have good chicken. Did enjoy the food. It was really good. I'll give it that. I don't think it really has something that stands out about it. It doesn't have a sauce. It doesn't have something that kicks. Doesn't have something that really like kicks it out of the ballpark compared to some of the others do. I think it's just going to be an easy B tier. Raising Cane's is now next. Raising Cane's, we had some in Lexington. We have them around here. I've always liked Raising Cane's. They have excellent chicken. Kind of greasy and stuff, but I enjoy that. Cane's, the bread, the Texas toast they give you, excellent. Cane sauce, top tier. French fries are always good as well and everything. Nice crinkle cut fries and stuff like that. Cane's to me, I always love Cane's. The sauce is great. They have great sweet tea and stuff. It's always been a good experience at Cane's. Cane's to me is an easy A tier. It's better than any of these places down here, but Cane's is excellent food. I always enjoy Cane's. Next up on the list is Chick-fil-A. Chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A does not even compare to the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Popeyes smacks it out of the water in every way, shape, or form. But the Chick-fil-A is excellent. Great mac and cheese. Great French fry. Not good French fries. I'll say good French fries. Just because they're waffle cut, sometimes they're a little subpar. They get a little chili. Not very good at all. Chicken nuggets, excellent. Chicken sandwiches, good. Breakfast, awesome. Ice cream, good. Service, yes, service, cleanliness, drive-through experience. You can have a Chick-fil-A drive-through that wraps 3 times around the building. You're out of there within 15 minutes. They have changed the absolute industry of the drive-thru. I don't know why no more people don't do that type of stuff. I don't know if they somehow copyrighted or trademarked a drive-thru experience, but why nobody else does that and just allows Chick-fil-A to be able to be the only one that does it makes 0 sense to me. Have top-tier sauces, though. Chick-fil-A sauce, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, though, is very, 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 very overrated, and it's trash compared to cane sauce and stuff like that. Polynesian sauce, great. They have some kind of like sriracha type of sweet sriracha hot sauce type of deal. It's very good. Barbecue sauce is good. Honey mustard's good. All that stuff's good. Chick-fil-A belongs in one place only, and that is in that S tier type of place. Excellent menu, excellent experience, excellent drive-through experience. Efficiency there is out the door. Every time you go to Chick-fil-A, you enjoy it. I probably have Chick-fil-A like once a week. I might be ordering Chick-fil-A off DoorDash for lunch today. Who knows? But Chick-fil-A belongs in that S tier for me, easily. All right, next up on the list is our next chicken place, which is going to be KFC. So you have a lot of different versions of KFC that you can go to. You'll have 3 different ways you can go to KFC. So KFC is another one of those where you'll sometimes have them as a standalone KFC. Just a regular old KFC, just like any other fast food joint. Walk up to the counter, order your food, go get it, go to the drive-thru, go home. Other version you have is the occasional ones that still do it, where they have the buffet on the inside. You can walk in, you pay a set price, you get an unlimited amount of food off their KFC buffet. Last option is those combo restaurants like a KFC, Taco Bell type of deal, those Yum style restaurants, KFC, Long John Silver's, that kind of stuff as well. I've always liked KFC. They have great food, and to be honest, all honesty, there's a reason they're famous. There's a reason the Colonel's famous and everything like that. To me, KFC, it doesn't have breakfast from what I'm familiar with. At least I haven't ever had breakfast there by any means. It's a little on the greasier end, I will say. But KFC is something I have always enjoyed. Chicken's always been good. I've never really had a bad experience at KFC. Mashed potatoes have always been excellent. Mac and cheese has been good. The buffet especially is always an excellent value and everything like that as well. It is kind of almost more like a home style fast food. Yeah, it's fast. It's not the most like healthy, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, it's more home style. But KFC to me is kind of going to be like, if I had to rank it within a tier, it'd be kind of that higher upper end of the B tier, probably. Not quite down low of the B tier, but kind of like the middle to the upper B tier to me. And that's just kind of because it's something I grew up on. It's something that kind of holds close to me with the memories that I have through KFC and everything. And I've never had a bad experience at KFC. Next up on the list, Popeyes. So Popeyes, I have to go ahead and address, like I mentioned before, we had the slight teaser before. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is the best fast food option that you can get on the market. I don't want to say people deserve to die over it or any means like that, where there were shootings at Popeyes, but I can see why the thing sold out and was sold out for like a year or whatever it was, because it is absolutely amazing. They also do the biscuits. They do the great French fries. You can do Cajun seasoned fries, whatever kind of fries you want to do. They have great onion rings and everything like that. You can get a meal at Popeyes for probably like $7, $8, $9 basically. It is the top of chicken sandwiches, and it's the best thing it's the best thing I've had out of any of these places here in regards to fast food. And just off that alone is going to put Popeyes in an S tier type of spot for me. Next up on the list, we've got Wingstop. And I mean, Wingstop is a kind of what it sounds like. It's a place you stop at and you get wings. It's a fast food joint, fast casual type of joint. Doesn't have a drive-through. Maybe a couple have a drive-through, but the ones around here I think mostly have a Mostly you just go in, order your food, you can leave, or you can eat there. Wingstop has some of the best wings, actually the best wings, probably out of anywhere. They have better wings than like Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff like that. They also do the Mexican street corn there, which is very, very good. They have good sides. They have really good fries. They give you very, very big portions. They have great sauces. Just the fact alone that it's a wing style place that does fast food in that way, it is quick. It is easy. You can get it delivered. You can go in, get it quick, go home with it, whatever you need to do. They're usually very quick with the food, very quick with the meals. I've never had a bad experience there. And like everything in this S tier has something that stands out. So let's go and put all of those in their own version of that S tier and where they belong. Last on this chicken list, we have Zaxby's. I already know where Zaxby's is going to go. Zaxby's is very good. They have really good ice cream. They do have great value. I will give them that. They have like almost like the $5 or $6 little meal deals and stuff. You can get kind of like a Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich on Texas toast. That's usually what I got. Zaxby's though has fallen off a little bit, I will say. Fries are excellent at Zaxby's. They don't really have a breakfast menu or anything like that. But to me, Zaxby's is going to kind of be that upper C tier type of spot. Like I said, if I was ranking these within themselves, which isn't necessarily what's happening, but kind of in my eyes, Zaxby's is an upper C tier spot is what Zaxby's is. So next on the list, we're going to go to the Chipotle, Moe's, and Qdoba, which is going to probably... and Taco Bell, I guess. So Chipotle, Moe's, Qdoba, Taco Bell. It's probably going to cause some issues. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know what to say. I will say Chipotle's had their issues. They, of course, had the stuff with like everybody getting sick there and everything like that. I never had that personal experience. If you did, I'm sorry. Chipotle has excellent ingredients. I will say they probably have the best, freshest ingredients out of everywhere. Even out of the Moe's, out of the Qdoba, stuff like that. They probably have the best ingredients if you're getting a burrito bowl. That's where I want to be specific here. But the issue with Chipotle is their queso is absolute garbage. I don't like it's still not good. They've redone it and everything. It's just still not good. It's not great queso. That's the biggest knock I have on it, to be honest. Everything else about it's excellent. Service is excellent. Food always tastes good. Chipotle to me, just based off the quality of the ingredients, the experience I've had there and everything, I don't think it's B tier. I honestly want to call it A tier, just based off the ingredients. It always seems fresh to me. Next up on the list, though, is my favorite out of all of them. It's not going to go up tier above. I'll go ahead and tell you, Moe's is going in the A tier, but it would, like I said, if I was ranking these within each other, Moe's is going to be above Chipotle. They have their different variances, though, is kind of the deal here. Chipotle has better bowls, like better burrito bowls, probably better burritos in general, stuff like that. Moe's, though, has the better value. Moe's does $5 Moe's Mondays, where you can get a burrito for $5, a burrito or burrito bowl for $5. Moe's has the unlimited salsa bar and chips, so you can get unlimited chips and salsa and stuff. You can go eat it up, get your little cups of 2-ounce salsa and everything, take them to your table, eat it, take them home, whatever you want to do. Moe's has excellent top tier queso. Like, their queso is better than any of these places. Moe's has the best queso out of them. And the biggest part about Moe's is the menu as well. I will say Chipotle has better bowls, ingredients, stuff like that than Moe's. But that thing alone puts it above Chipotle to me. Like, if I'm choosing between Moe's and Chipotle, I'm going to Moe's because I want the wrong Doug stack. And it's better than anything I can get at Chipotle. But Chipotle does have better ingredients, which the ingredients is the only thing keeping Moe's out of S tier for me, to be honest. Next up on the list is Qdoba. And Qdoba to me is going to put it in a C tier spot. Queso, good. Not on Moe's level. Ingredients aren't on Chipotle's level. And honestly, I'm taking any of these B tier spaces over Qdoba because on the flip side of that, I'm going to Moe's or Chipotle if I want this Mexican style food. And that's where it drops it off for me. So Qdoba is just going to go in that C tier, and that's just kind of where it's going to belong at. Final spot on the Mexican food tier spot of the list is going to be Taco Bell. Taco Bell might have the best value out of anywhere in the fast food world, to be honest. You can go to Taco Bell and you can get $15 worth of food and have an absolute feast of food. Taco Bell, always been good. I love Taco Bell, to be honest. Taco Bell is another one of those top tier things. They do have good breakfast. I'll give them that. It's kind of honestly a debate for me just because they are their own thing, in between an S and an A for me. I love Taco Bell. I've never had a bad experience with Taco Bell, and that's kind of where it leans towards here. But at the same time, I will say sometimes their stuff can be lower, I guess. Like, I mean, some of their stuff I have had that's not that great, but I usually normally enjoy it. And it's kind of a different type of fast food. It's not like your fast casual, which is what I would consider Moe's, Chipotle, Qdoba. It's definitely the fast food king of Mexican style foods. And I think Taco Bell, to me, I think Taco Bell is going to go in the A tier for me. It's kind of like the White Castle. Has some great stuff. I always enjoy it. They can be a little like, I don't know what to call it. They can be a little like more low tier on the style of food that they have. They don't really have the like upper class portions of their meal like that Asiago chicken sandwich and stuff at Wendy's, or like McDonald's have and stuff like that. But Taco Bell is very good. So that is where Taco Bell belongs for me, is in that A tier. But first up on the list is Domino's. Domino's does have excellent value. They kind of do like the 3 things for $6 a piece or whatever it is that you can get there. They have pastas, they have pizzas, they have all kinds of good stuff. Their pizzas are good. I do enjoy Domino's a lot. To me, Domino's, I think, is gonna belong honestly in this kind of upper B tier spot. I like Domino's. It's one of my top pizza places, not the top pizza place. Kind of bland about my top pizza place, but I like Domino's. Never disappointed me. I've never had anything bad from there. It's always been good. Next up on the list, though, is going to be Little Caesars. Little Caesars is going to have some of the best breadsticks on the market and some of the best value. I will give them that. They have the Crazy Bread, which hits on an absolute other level. Nothing else at any of these places does compare to Crazy Bread. They also do the $5 pizzas at Anytime Pizzas, 1 topping medium pizza, I think, or large pizza, or whatever it is. They do $5 Anytime Pizzas. Walk in, literally, it's already cooked and everything. Usually, normally just sitting on a little like warming rack. Basically, you walk in, grab it, pay for it, walk out. But I don't think Little Caesars is that great. I used to have it a lot. And I mean, the Crazy Bread's great. It's kind of definitely a lower tier spot. I don't find the pizza that good. Crazy Bread's really the only thing holding on to it. And I think it's finally going to be our second one that joins kind of the D tier spot. All right, next up on the list, we've got Papa John's. I do enjoy the Papa John's pizza. I will give them that. I enjoy their thick crust pizza. I enjoy their thin crust pizza. I've been wanting to try the Papadillas and try those out. I've heard they're excellent and everything like that. My buddies work at Papa John's and everything. Papa John's, to me, I think is going to sit truly just off. Does have great value. It is always good. I've never had a bad experience. They have probably the best garlic sauce on the market as well that comes with the pizza. Banana peppers is always good. Honestly, Papa John's, I will say, has the best leftover pizza out of any of these places. I love Papa John's pizza straight out of the fridge. Cold pizza. If you don't like cold pizza, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to put, honestly, Papa John's in the A tier with me. It's top pizza place, I think, out of these joints. Domino's is very close to it. I will give it that. Domino's can kind of go hand in hand with Papa John's on just whichever style I'm feeling. I'm more normally feeling the thick crust of Papa John's and stuff like that. Their cold pizza is much better. I like Domino's thin crust better. I'll give them that. That's kind of where I stand. Papa John's also has better desserts, I will say. Next up on the list, though, is going to be Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, I feel like, is similar to Domino's. I like their thin crust style pizza. I don't really have Pizza Hut that much, though, and I don't find their value the best or their toppings necessarily the best. I don't really want to overflow one of these spots on here necessarily. So I think Pizza Hut for me is going to be cut into... It's honestly between a C tier and a B tier spot. And I mean, I think I'll put it in the B tier just right with Domino's. It kind of depends on what I'm having. I have to be craving it. I don't think it's as good as Domino's. You know, no. Pizza Hut's going to go to the C tier. I don't find it on Domino's level. I like Domino's much more than Pizza Hut. Just it's the worst out of these three to me. I would rather have the other two anytime. Next on the list is going to be Sbarro, and in all honesty, Sbarro is not something I ever get. I know it's New York style city pizza, but it's not to me. It is New York style pizza. I'll give it that. It's the floppy whatever, but it's going to go the D tier for me because it's a shame to New York style pizza. I haven't had true New York style pizza necessarily in New York. But Sbarro is not somewhere I go when I go. The only place I really even know where it's at is in the mall, and I don't ever go there. I've had it a couple times and I haven't liked it, and I just don't go there. Like, I don't eat it. I'd rather have the mall Chinese food over top of it any day, or go to Annie Ann's or whatever. It's a shame to New York style pizza, and New York style pizza is my favorite type of pizza on the planet. All right, next up on the list, it looks like we are going to have our sandwich shops. So the sandwich shops are going to be Firehouse, Jersey Mike, Jimmy John's, Panera, Penn Station, Potbelly, Quiznos, Schlotsky's, Subway. So a lot of different options here. Actually, a lot of sandwich shops in here. And I can already tell you where we're going with most of these here. So we'll make it quick and easy. Firehouse Subs. Excellent ingredients. Very good. Don't have anything necessarily that I feel like that stands out about it necessarily. It's going to go in the B tier for me. Firehouse Subs, B tier, kind of in that middle. Nothing that super stands out for me, but it is good stuff. Jersey Mike's. I'm just going to be straight up. It's the best on this list. They have the best ingredients, freshest ingredients. Mike's Way sub is absolutely excellent. Jersey Mike's is the best sub place. If I'm craving a cold cut sandwich, I'm going to Jersey Mike's. And Jersey Mike's off that alone is an S tier style place. It has pretty good value. You get large sandwiches, large portions, and everything like that. And I mean, it is the goated fast food, fast casual, whatever you want to call it, sandwich shop that you can go to out of any of the places on here. It's kind of the Popeyes version of sandwich shops. It's the best you can get. Next up is Jimmy John's. Never really disappointed or anything, but it wasn't the greatest. And I think off that alone, Jimmy John's is going to go into the C tier for me. Nothing special about it though. So it's going to just get automatically kind of put it in that C tier for me. Not as good. Not as good as Firehouse. Not as bad as what Subway is, which is the D tier. Subway, I used to love Subway. When I was growing up, I loved Subway. I always used to go before baseball games and everything like that. They had the great value with the $5 footlongs, and now those are basically non-existent. Cookies are the top tier. I will give them that. Cookies are the best of any on this list, but that's not enough to move them up. It's usually not that good. That's really about it. Toppings and stuff like that, not that great. Usually the vegetable toppings, which is honestly part of the thing that I take big into account at some of these places, like your lettuce, tomato, stuff like that. How fresh that is. It's a big part to me when I'm getting a cold cut sandwich, and I don't ever find theirs good. Next up on the list, we'll just go ahead and go down to Panera Bread. Panera Bread is a little bit different here, as it has a wider variety of the menu. Panera Bread is going to have a lot of soups, going to have a lot of salads, going to have a lot of sandwiches. Panera Bread is going to be very good. I'll give them that. Belongs in the B tier. And it could push A tier potentially on this list, but there's not something that's actually on here that I would put in that A tier. Nothing great. I don't find there. It's a little like almost too clean for me sometimes. That's just kind of how I put it. And that's where I like Panera. I feel like comfortable in the B tier with it. Next up on the list, though, is going to be Penn Station. So the East Coast style subs. I don't have Penn Station that much. I will say that. I want to say, I mean, it reminds me of like a Firehouse. It's a lot of like, I mean, you can get cold subs there, but a lot of hot subs and stuff like that. But I want to say Penn Station is almost like upper C tier to me. I don't find it as good as Firehouse. I don't find it as good as Panera. I don't find it... I would rather probably have it than Jimmy John's, but it's definitely not a Subway bad or anything like that. But like I said, I don't think it's as good as Firehouse. So just off a tiering spot, I'm going to put Penn Station below Firehouse. So Firehouse in B, Penn Station in C. Next up on here is Quiznos. I'm just not a Quiznos guy. I don't know what it is. I'm just not. It's probably more like upper D or closer to C. I would rather have Jimmy John's over a Quiznos any day of the week, but it's not as bad as Subway. And that's kind of the thing. Yeah, like Quiznos aren't really around here. I feel like they're around here. I've had it a couple times and everything like that. Enough to be able to judge it. And I've never been excited by it by any means. And I'll never choose any of these other places over it. And that's kind of why it belongs in the D tier for me. Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's to me is the last, or no, we have Potbelly and Schlotzsky's, but since I already mentioned Schlotzsky's, we'll just talk about Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's to me, it's going to be very similar to Jimmy John's, so we're just going to stick it in the C tier. Kind of the cleaner style sandwiches and everything like that. Nothing outstanding about it. Nothing that's bad about it, though, either. Doesn't quite have the menu variety of a Panera Bread. Doesn't really excite me. It's not really somewhere I'm going to go over a lot of these places, so it's just going to be in that C tier. It's not as bad as Subway, not as bad as Quiznos. Next up on the list is going to be Potbelly. Potbelly's a little bit different. So Potbelly is, you have cold sandwiches, hot sandwiches, but there is one thing, one singular thing that stands out at Potbelly Sandwich Shop. And it might sound weird if you haven't had it, but Potbelly has the best milkshakes potentially out of anywhere on this list. Like, they have an S tier milkshake, but the food there is probably honestly closer to C tier. Potbelly for me is going to go in the B tier. Food, on the other hand, sandwiches, I've been a little disappointed every time I've gotten food there. Last up on here for our spots, looks like we have 3 breakfast places and then some places that are kind of on their own. So last up, we're going to go Denny's, IHOP, and Waffle House for our own little tiers within their tiers. Denny's is going to be our startup here, and honestly, I already know where Denny's is going. I'm not a big Denny's guy. Never have been, never, probably will be. Denny's is a C-style breakfast joint to me. Next up on the list, though, easy enough, is going to be IHOP. IHOP has fallen off just a hair for me. And that is solely, unless they brought it back, is because they got rid of the Cinestack. But IHOP is a little pricey for a breakfast joint. I don't know. That's really all that I like there. I don't find the rest of their stuff that good. So IHOP to me is going to go in the B tier, in all honesty. Waffle House, people are going to fight me over this. I already know you will. But Waffle House to me is the A tier. It's the A tier breakfast style joint. It's greasy. When I want breakfast, I want greasy, dirty, good food. Waffle House is the best value out of all here. You get the $8, whatever it is, $7 all-star breakfast with a waffle, meats, eggs, sides, hash browns, whatever. I always like Waffle House is going to be probably the trashiest breakfast joint on here. IHOP's like your Target. Waffle House is like your Walmart. Denny's, I don't know what you are, Myers, whatever. But Waffle House is excellent. I love Waffle House. I've never had a bad experience at Waffle House. I have some of my best memories at Waffle House. They can drop an egg on the ground and pick it up and cook it, and I'm still going to eat it because it's like, that's what I want. Like, that is what I want when I go to breakfast. I'm hungover. I want greasy breakfast with some eggs, some hash browns smothered, covered, and buttered. I'm usually not honestly a waffle guy. Or I like waffles over pancakes. Waffles are definitely better than pancakes. But I'm usually more of like meat and eggs type of guy rather than getting pancakes or waffles. But I do love their waffles, especially like a chocolate chip waffle and stuff like that. Next up on the list is going to be our 5 random spots, kind of, so they don't really have connect with any of these other spots. We're going to have Arby's, Long John Silver's, Noodles and Company, Panda Express, and Skyline Chile. So we'll just go straight down the list here. So Arby's, I enjoy Arby's. They have pretty decent value if you go with their value style stuff, like their 2 for $6 sandwiches, I think, or 2 for $5. Beef and cheddar is top tier. I love a good beef and cheddar. Pretty sure breakfast is non-existent. Dessert, they have an excellent chocolate chip cookie. My mom loves it. It's pretty good. I'll give it that. Fries, curly fries, excellent. Love them. Value gets a little bit out the door in the fact that it can get very pricey there. And all it is, I mean, they have chicken, I guess, but it's mostly just roast beef. Arby's to me is just going to be B tier. Next up on the list, Long John Silver's. So Long John Silver's, I really don't go to that much. I will go ahead and say that. I'm definitely more of a Moby Dick guy than a Long John Silver's, which most people would consider Moby Dick lower tier than Long John Silver's probably. It's not really something I ever crave. It's definitely one of those things that does combine a lot with like your A&Ws or your Taco Bells. Like they're usually not their own standalone type of deal. Long John Silver's to me, I think is just a C tier. I don't think it's D tier. It's not bad. Like it tastes good. I'll give it that. It tastes good for what it is. I'll say that. I'll clarify that. It tastes good for what it is. Fast food seafood. If I'm craving that, it's good. I'm usually never craving it. And if I've really wanted fast food seafood, I'm probably going to Moby Dick instead, in all honesty. Next up on the list is Noodles & Company. Noodles & Company is kind of going back and forth for me lately. And I already know where I'm going to put it. Noodles & Company is going to be a B tier spot for me. They have good food. They have good portions. My past couple experiences there have not been great. I'll give that. That's what kind of knocks them down. Next up is Panda Express. It's going to be our Chinese fast food place on here. Panda Express, I like. They have pretty solid value and everything. I will give them that. I honestly think is another B tier, to be honest. Like, I enjoy Panda Express. I love Chinese food. That's probably what brings it up a bit. I would rather have like dirty Chinese food, like the takeout Chinese, than Panda Express most of the time. Or I'd rather go upper end Chinese, like sushi and like hibachi style and stuff like that. But if I just want fast food, Chinese, Panda Express tastes very clean. It's usually pretty good. I've never had a bad experience at Panda Express. Everything I've had there tastes good. So I'll just stick in the B tier. Last and not least on the list is Skyline Chile, which I'm going to accept. I'm going to upset a lot of Northerners with this one, at least like Northern in regards to Cincinnati, because Cincinnati Skyline Chile is Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky type of spot. People love their Skyline Chile. I've only been like a handful of times, and honestly, I usually just get a cheese coney. It's not that great. I need to go back and probably try their chili, but for now, Skyline Chile sits on the D tier for me until I go back and they show me something else. Value's good, I guess. Like I said, I get the cheese conies normally, like chili cheese conies or just cheese conies and fries and stuff. I never find their fries that great. Cheese conies are just like a boiled hot dog. It's not even grilled. I probably need to go try their chili and stuff like that. It's been a while since I've been. Try it again and everything. But for now, it's just going to be on the D tier. So this in total is our fast food tier list. So we have S tier through D tier, and then our never had. So our never had down here, as you can see, stuff we haven't had before. The biggest one that probably will stand out on the never had is probably going to be like Church's Chicken, Portillo's, which I've had but can't rank it, and In-N-Out Burger being definitely the biggest that I haven't had. If you want to let me know where you think In-N-Out Burger and stuff like that, or any of these belong on the list, feel free to drop a comment on it and let me know. Otherwise, this is my list, S tier through D tier. If you don't agree with it, let me know. What should I change? What would you change? If you don't like it, get over it. This is my list. It is what it is. Catch you later.